So a few months ago, I received an email from a music company that I use for all my YouTube videos, inviting me to their 2022 Creator Summit in Sweden. Now quickly, I went online to research and find out as much information as I could, but sadly, all I was able to find was one video from back in 2019 from the first ever Creator Summit. At the time, I had no clue that because of the pandemic, that this would be the second ever Creator Summit. Now naturally, I was a little nervous because I was gonna be traveling across the world to hang out with people that I'd never met before, but this was an opportunity that couldn't be passed up. The first day was mostly spent traveling. It's crazy because it felt like I was traveling for like 24 hours. But it was super cool because after I picked up my bag from baggage claim, I was walking out to where like the taxis and everything were, and there was this guy out there who was just standing there with my name on a sign to take me over to my hotel. When I arrived at the hotel, I was blown away by how beautiful it was, and I was greeted by some really cool gifts from Epidemic Sound. Hey you, welcome to Sweden and the 2022 Creator Summit. We are so happy to have you here, and we can't wait to create magic together during these days. We hope you enjoy your stay at Hotel France. We have left you an updated time schedule for the following days, but don't forget to check out the PDF we sent you earlier so you don't miss out on the good things to do in Stockholm. See you soon, all the best, the Epidemic Sound crew. At this point, I was super tired, and it was probably in my best interest to catch a nap because we had to be downstairs at 6:30 for a meet and greet to be able to meet the Epidemic team, as well as the different creators that were there for the summit. But instead, I went out and explored Stockholm for a few hours by myself. Unfortunately, I didn't capture any footage from the meet and greet, but I met so many cool people, and I thought to myself at that time, I'm like, how am I gonna remember everyone's name? Now the next morning came super early because everyone stayed up so late the night prior. So we had breakfast at the hotel, and the taxis picked us up at 8 to take us to a secret location. When we got to this beautiful location, we were formally welcomed by Epidemic Sound, and this was the point where I realized I was one of 9 creators that were there. And it was that point where I was just so grateful for the opportunity to be there. So after the introduction, we sat down together with the Epidemic team and shared some of our experiences working with other brands and some creative ideas.
Hey, go!
Everyone dressed in like yellow and red just to be seen.
Afterwards, we had this amazing Swedish family-style lunch and got a chance to explore Stockholm for a few hours. Some of the buildings in Stockholm date back all the way to the 1300s, and the architecture and the colors were just stunning. After we got done exploring Stockholm, we went on a boat ride, got to see the sunset, and we were going to another secret location for dinner. The next morning, myself and another creator woke up early so we could go out to this beautiful viewpoint and catch the sunrise. Afterwards, I got coffee with some of the creators and Epidemic team, and that afternoon we went to this amazing Swedish restaurant. I had Swedish meatballs for the first time, and those are some of the best meatballs I've ever had in my entire life. After we got done with lunch, we were taken over to Epidemic HQ where we got a full tour of the building, and we were able to see kind of what goes on behind the scenes there.
I'm gonna do a little tour around the office. So yeah, just follow me.
If it's your first time in Stockholm. Oh, that's beautiful. So from what I gather, you had a terrific day yesterday, right? So there was There was archipelago involved, there was boats involved, there was food involved, if I'm not mistaken, right? And at the center of everything was creativity, without a doubt.
We also got the opportunity to be able to give some feedback on how things could be improved and some things that we actually liked. And we even got to see kind of how some of the artists make their music or go through their musical process.
It's like my mind takes a hold of me.
It doesn't really fit to the track. Then you have to add like effects. I don't know, you're probably familiar with EQing. Like if you do voiceovers and stuff, it's the same thing.
Everything felt extremely genuine and authentic. Like the conversations that were had, nothing ever felt awkward at any point in time during the entire trip. The rest of the evening was spent at Epidemic HQ, and we had this beautiful fancy dinner put on by a professional chef, and we're also given a live performance by the Epidemic artists. So I ended up staying up all night and still managed to catch my flight at 7 a.m. out of Stockholm and make my way back to the States. Before this, I never collaborated with another creator, never had conversations or even hung out with other creators. And Epidemic Sound, they're amazing. Their team is amazing, and they did an excellent job of being able to bring creative people together to establish new friendships. Like, this trip has completely changed my life. It's inspired me, it's given me new creative ideas, and I'm so appreciative and so thankful for the opportunity to have been a part of this event. Thank you so much, Epidemic Sound, for inviting me, and I look forward to making many, many more memories together.